MyChway shop has done it again. They have a brand new salon quality machine that is a smaller version of my big AriStorm S Shape. It's a 30K, 50K, 80K with a 1 megahertz radio frequency. This is a salon quality machine that's brand new in 2024. If you follow my channel, you know that I'm all about body sculpting and body contouring and how you can save thousands of dollars by doing your treatments at home. I also demonstrate lots of salon quality machines on my channel. I demonstrate all kinds of different machines to show you exactly how you can sculpt your body into what you're looking for. I'm still not able to do any treatments. You can see that my face is really puffy because I'm still on Prednisone. If you know my story, you know that I have rheumatoid arthritis. And every now and then I suffer a flare-up. And right now I'm suffering a flare-up and I'm on high doses of Prednisone. So my face is really cheeky right now. I have been able to keep the weight off though. I have not gained the weight with the Prednisone, but my face is very cheeky right now. So until I get this flare up under control, I'm not able to do any body sculpting, but I can absolutely put this machine all together and show you how it works. So this is a salon quality machine. It is heavy. It's not a light machine at all. So let's unbox this and see, put it all together and see how it works. I love it when they think about the consumer. I say this all the time on my channel, where they give us a storage box. They think about us for the future and they give us something to store the machine in. User manual, yay, it comes with a user manual. A lot of times I don't get a user manual. This one actually comes with one, which I really, really appreciate. Thank you so much. And it's packaged very well. You can see how well this is packaged. So I'm gonna get my husband to help me lift this out of the box because this is way too heavy for me to do on my own, and I'll be right back. So it wasn't so bad once we got it out of the box, because the box was pretty heavy. So this machine isn't as heavy, but like I said, the box is pretty heavy. So this is already, I'm already loving it. It's the same design as the big machine, only a smaller compact version of it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful machine. The screen. So the back is basically the same. They have made so many advancements within the last few years that these machines are basically plug and play. And I was very pleased to see that it came with a user manual, an extensive user manual. So that made me very happy. And this is the BS36KS model from MyChway shop. Pack all the handles. We're going to put it all together and see how it works. And then I'm going to put it side by side to my big AriStorm S Shape so that you guys can see the size difference between the two. This is the smaller compact version of the big machine. So let's get this undone. Let's get this unpacked, put it all together and see how it works. When you purchase these machines, they usually always come with a bag of parts. And so this is what this is. And what this bag of parts entails is, and usually with all of these machines, whether it be the small compact versions for home use or the big salon quality machines, you're going to get this bag of parts. So you're going to get the little white filters. These little white filters are going to go in your vacuum handle, and I'll show you how that. I'll show you that when we unpack the vacuum handle. You'll get a. It's not really a screwdriver. It's more of a hex head to put the handle holders on. A dropper. Extra fuses and extra gaskets. The gaskets will go on the extended version of your vacuum handle, as well as the filter from your vacuum handle. So this filter will if anything gets sucked up into your vacuum hose, it'll discharge into this filter. And so that's what these gaskets are for. The big white, the big clear ones, and the smaller clear ones are for the filter. The small black ones are for the vacuum hose where it plugs into the machine, and I'll show you that. Then you'll also get the screws to attach your handle holders. And on this machine, some of the screws are already in the machine. So that makes it really kind of nice, so that I can just attach the handle holders. So on the back of your machine, you'll have a template right here on the back of your machine. And this is where your filter plugs into, right here. So they're all, and that's the same with all of these machines from MyChway shop. The design is basically the same. You will always see the filter with a template that shows you how to plug it in. But I'm going to hold this off until last. 6 of the new design 160 milliwatt laser lipo pads. These are such a nice design. It's slender and smooth so that when you put it under the strap to hold it, it's not a big bulky lipo pad. It's just a beautiful design. So the handle holders are going to go here. I have 3 handle holders and I have 3 spaces for the handle holders. So that we're going to put the handle holders here. And that's what these are. These are the clear plastic handle holders that hold the handles in place. And just like my big AriStorm S Shape, this machine is meant to be used. It's metal, it's not plastic at all. And the laser lipo pad holder is covered with a rubber material that's not going to scratch up or scratch your paddles while they're going in and out of the handle holder, which I absolutely love. You can tell that this machine is meant to be used over and over again. It's just such good quality. And you can see the 3 holes here that will match up right here. So it's super easy to put together. So you can see on the back that everything is labeled exactly where it needs to go. So this is LipoPad 1, LipoPad 2, LipoPad 3, LipoPad 4, LipoPad 5, LipoPad 6. This is the 80K port. This is the cavitation. This is the 30K cavitation and radio frequency port. And then this is the vacuum radio frequency port. And then this is the filter that I showed you earlier. This is the port for the filter. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. I found it's easier to do it that way than to fight the cords, than to fight gravity. So I'm going to start with the laser LipoPad 6 and work my way up, installing the handles. These LipoPads are all the same. So you don't have to worry about which port to put them in. But the port will control, once it's plugged in, the port will control whatever LipoPad on the screen. And I'll show you that. I'm going to leave the twist tie on it right now just to keep the cord up and out of the way so that I can install it easier. So it's super easy. It has a little notch at the top and 4 holes for the prongs. Just plug it in. And it has a little washer. It has a little screw to hold it tight so it doesn't unplug. You will also have a clear film over your lipo pad. You want to make sure that you take that off. Can you see that? It's a clear film over your lipo pad. You want to make sure that you take that off. You can see I have had so many viewers tell me that they did not realize that it had a clear protective covering over the lipo pad, and they used their lipo pad with it covered. And believe it or not, it still works, but I recommend that you take it off. I'm going to be installing the 80K next. These are just, this is packaged so well. I'm so impressed with the way this is packaged. And I love the design. So it's got the black handle and then the cavitation. The 80K does not incorporate radio frequency like the 30K and the 50K combo handle that incorporates the radio frequency. This is only cavitation, 80K cavitation. 80K cavitation works really well for superficial fat like cellulite. Anything that's a thinner area of fat, 80K works really well for that. And the reason I say that is because it's 80,000 sound waves per second. It's just going to be really superficial. It's not going to go as deep as the 30K. The slower the sound wave with cavitation, the deeper the cavitation. So 80K is not going to go very deep. It's going to be very superficial. Film over the cavitation handle, you can see it's just a protective film to keep it protected in shipping. So you want to make sure you take that off. Now this is the 30K, 50K combo handle, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful design. It's very ergonomically correct. So it fits nicely in your hand. And again, it has the plastic protective film over the head. And this is the radio frequency portion of the handle. Then this is the cavitation portion. So this incorporates 1 megahertz radio frequency as well as 30K cavitation and 50K cavitation. And again, the ports are super easy. They're all different. It tells you exactly where to put it. This is the 30K, 50K, and RF port, and it just plugs right in. And then the vacuum handle that incorporates radio frequency. Now this is the handle. Now this is where you're going to use your little white filters. Right in here, this little stopper comes out, and this is where you would replace your little white filters. So after every treatment or so, you're going to want to replace these little filters inside your vacuum handle. This is going to keep any debris or anything from going into your hose. But if any debris or anything does go into your hose, it's going to discharge it through the clear cylinder at the back of the machine. This is also where little black gaskets will come into play. You can see right here that if you ever need to replace any of the gaskets, they're going to go right here, because the vacuum needs to stay airtight in order for it to work properly. So these gaskets need to be in good working order. And there again, it shows you exactly how to plug it in. Just plugs right in. With the machine, you're going to get straps for your laser lipo pads to hold the laser lipo pads onto your body. So that's what these are. These are straps to hold the laser lipo pads. And there's several different sizes so that you can adjust. There's several different sizes of these straps so that you can adjust them, and they just Velcro together. So if you need to add some together to make it longer, you absolutely can. And then the power cord. And then of course, last but not least, the clear cylinder for the vacuum handle. So this is where you would plug in your power cord. And this is also where, if you ever needed to change a fuse, this is where you would do that. This has 2 screws that hold this plate over the power switch and the port for the power cord. You would just take this plate off, and that's where you would replace the fuse. They give you 2 extra fuses in your bag of parts. So a lot of people don't know where the fuse is located, and it's located right behind this plate at the power port in the power switch. The fuse location is the same on all these machines, whether it be the small home version or the big salon quality machines. This also comes with a protective film over the screen. And I just really want to point this out. A lot of people forget about this knob, and this is what's going to control the vacuum pressure. Anytime you're doing vacuum therapy with cavitation radiofrequency and you're using a vacuum handle on whatever machine that you're working on, whether it be the small home version or the big salon quality version like this is going to control the pressure. This is going to control whether the suction is hard or soft. It doesn't control the suction and the release, but it controls the pressure on how hard it actually sucks. It goes from minimum to maximum. So I suggest that you start out between the minimum and the first line until you get used to it. You never want to go all the way up with your vacuum. It's going to leave a bruise. It's going to be very painful. That's not the point of vacuum therapy. The point of vacuum therapy is to get rid of all the fluid that you created when you did your treatment. So you want to make sure, I can't stress this enough, you want to make sure that this is turned to the first notch or below so that you don't bypass the lymph system. The lymph system is what's going to make or break your results. So if your vacuum is turned up too high, if the suction is too high, you're bypassing the lymph system and you're just going to create yourself a bruise. You're going to create swelling and trauma to the area that's not necessary. So keep your vacuum pressure turned down. So just like the other S Shape, the AriStorm S Shape, it has an auto mode and a manual mode. Oh my gosh, the graphics are wonderful on this. So it has the waist shaping, the arm shaping, and the leg shaping. So let's just go to the waist. And here it walks you through everything. So just like my big AriStorm S Shape machine, it shows you exactly how to do the treatments. So the abdomen is a total of 40 minutes, 10 minutes cavitation radiofrequency, 10 minutes vacuum therapy radiofrequency, and 20 minutes laser lipo. You can adjust the cavitation up or down and the radiofrequency up or down. Mode M1 is a constant, where it's a constant sound wave into the area. So if you're working on large areas of fat, you're going to want the constant. You're going to want the M1 mode. M2 mode is more of a pulse. That's more for maintenance. So if you're doing your body sculpting and you really want to blast the fat, you're going to want to stay in M1 mode. Then start, and you can see that it automatically turns on. Oh, I can feel it without even any conductive medium. And then pause. You can also skip ahead with this machine. So let's go to the vacuum therapy. And here, this is where the suction would be, you would set the suction and the release to whatever you're comfortable with. So the suction I usually suggest as a 2.0 and the release at a 0.5 or a 0 release, just depending on what you're comfortable with. The M1 is, so it's the M1 automatically has no release with a 0.2 suction. The M2 is a 0.4 suction with a 0.4 release. The M3 is a 0.4 suction with a 0.2 release. The M4, 0.6 suction with a 0.2 release. And then the M5, 0.5 suction with a 0.3 release. So it just depends on what you're working with. I usually do with no release and then start. And then again, like I said, this controls the suction pressure. So you can see how it's sucking my arm up. So you can see how it's sucking my arm up without causing pain. There's no pain there, but it's doing its job. It's sucking the area with no pain. There's not even a red mark. So I would feel comfortable using it just right at the first notch. Skip ahead to the laser lipo. Now, this is such an awesome machine. It shows you exactly how to set everything. So it has a little arrow at the top where you can control whatever lipo pad that the arrow is located. So the arrow is located in the all lipo pads. So you can see how I turned all of the lipo pads up at the same time because that's where the arrow is. If I wanted to control the lipo pads separately, I can absolutely do that. I just change the location of the little arrow and then I can control whatever lipo pad I want to work with. So say I want to do one at half strength, one at half strength, two at full strength, three at half strength, four at full strength, five at half strength, and six at full strength. I can do that if I want to. Mode 1 is a constant. Mode 2 is a pulse. And mode 3 is a fast pulse. And the manual is pretty good about explaining exactly how the treatments work and what settings you should use. So it's pretty good manual actually. So let's go over to the 50K cavitation would be more for your legs or smaller areas of fat. The 30K would be for thicker areas of fat because the 30K goes deeper, whereas 50K doesn't go as deep as the 30K. So it would be primarily for the legs, And there again, it has how many minutes you should do each treatment for. And then it has the arm shaping for the 80K cavitation. And it shows you the arm here. So it just has a cavitation. This is not a dual purpose handle. It is only cavitation, 80K cavitation. Let's go to the manual mode. And there again, you can customize your treatments to whatever you want in the manual mode. So it's just very basic manual mode. The arrow controls whatever lipo pad you're working with. So that one turned on all of them. And it shows you that it illuminated. Again, very basic, shows you what handle and the power and the times. It's preset at 15 minutes, but you can change that up or down to whatever you would like, as well as the cavitation strength and the RF strength. M1 is a constant, M2 is a pulse. And then the same with the vacuum therapy. You can control the suction with the M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, or you can set it manually, whichever you prefer. I always suggest that you look at the specs on a machine before you buy it. So this is plainly, the technical specs are right here in the manual, which I absolutely love, so you don't question what the specs are on your machine. So now let's do a test on the handles, and it tells you exactly how to do that in this booklet. how to test the 30K cavitation. It says to set the energy level at a 10, press start and drop some water on the treatment head. So let's do that. So I'm going to turn it all the way up to a 10. This is my 30K. Press start. Put some water on it. Let's go back. Let's go to the 50K. We know that the handle works, but let's just try it again. See how it doesn't go as high? It's not going to go as deep, but it's still moving the water around because 50K is faster than 30K. So it's not going to go as deep, but it's moving the water faster. This is the 80K. So you can see how much faster that's moving the water because 80K is 80,000 sound waves per second. 50K is 50,000 sound waves per second. And 30K is 30,000 sound waves per second. So here's a side-by-side comparison between both machines. They're both just beautiful. And the big AriStorm S Shape has the power switch on the back as well as the power switch on the front. So to power it on, you'd press this button. The screen is quite a bit larger than this S Shape, but you can see that the screens are exactly the same. It has the service mode for auto, manual, service mode for auto, manual. The exact same interface in both the machines. This is the 30K, 50K with the 80K cavitation, as well as the 160 milliwatt laser lipo pads. The difference with this machine is that it's a bigger scale, of course, and the handle is a bigger handle, whereas this cavitation, the 30K, 50K is the standard S-shape handle, but this is heavy duty. This is actually a bigger handle on this one. So this is a more affordable option of this machine. This machine runs about $3,800 at the time of the video, where this one is about $2,600. But as far as the 80K handles, they're exactly the same. So if this is out of your price range, the this because it is about $3,800. If this is out of your price range, then this one is $1,000 cheaper. But like I said, it's the smaller version. This also has the big version, the taller version also has the holders to hold the cords out of the way, which is really nice. And then it has a handle to push the cart around. But other than that, it's the same machine. So let's do the waist shaping. So you can see that this incorporates the larger handle and this incorporates a smaller handle. This one, of course, it shows you exactly how the handle is to be moved, whereas this one just shows you what handle to use. So it doesn't have the detailed graphics that this machine has, but there again, the booklet tells you exactly how to do the treatment. So let's go to the vacuum therapy. Same with the vacuum therapy, it gives you a detailed graphics on exactly how to do your vacuum treatment, whereas this one does not. So like I said, but the price difference in it is significant. Laser lipo. The screen to set it is exactly the same. And then this one shows you exactly how to place the laser lipo pads on, whereas this one just tells you to use the laser lipo pads. So you can see the difference between the two and why this one is so much more expensive than this machine. My takeaway on this machine is it's a beautiful machine. It is a compact version of my big AriStorm S Shape, which is great if you own a salon and you don't have the space for the larger machine. This machine is meant to be used. It's heavy duty, it's very well made, and it's a sleek, beautiful design. I just love it. I love the fact that it's the black and white. The white is kind of a pearly essence white with a flat black finish. I just think it's beautiful and chic. It's very easy to operate. It's just plug and play. Just follow the directions on the screen. It's going to show you exactly how to operate this machine. You can use this machine with no experience. This machine will actually walk you through exactly what you need to do. And they have included a wonderful user guide that shows you exactly how the machine works as well. It even shows you, it gives you treatment protocols for different body parts, tells you exactly how to do the treatment. It's quiet. I'm standing right next to it with my microphone and you can barely hear it. It's a quiet machine. It is on the more expensive side. At the time of this video, it's about $2,600. But I have great coupon codes. So I have great coupon codes that can save you a lot of money. This would be a great addition to your salon. And as always, everything I use in my videos will have links in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Like and subscribe and leave a comment down below.